Good morning, students, and welcome once again to the geography class for class 8. And today my schedule is to move into the next chapter according to your syllabus, that is Asia, climate, natural vegetation and wildlife. And if you have gone through the book, it's a very vast chapter. Clear? So actually the previous chapter, Asia, the location and physical features which you studied, this chapter is a continuation of that chapter. So before I actually begin this chapter, there are some terms I would like you to note down the definitions and some answers also which I would like to give for the previous chapter. Now, in physical features, where you did the 5 physical features, you came across, if you have read the chapter, the term Pamir knot. Clear? Now, you should understand what the word knot means. You usually wear a tie to school and you make a knot at the base over here. Clear? And that knot is a little bit raised portion. Understand? So, just like that, when several mountain ranges, they meet at a point, converge at a point, that portion is a little higher in altitude. That is called a knot. Clear? Pamir is the name of a place, and at Pamir there are several mountain ranges converging. Note it down. Where several high mountain ranges converge. Converge means meet. Converge or meet, and there is a nodal lift. Nodal means a particular point. Node, you must have come across the term in biology also. Stems have nodes, okay, and lift is a raised land. Clear? So Pamir knot is the highest point. It's a small area, highest point. It is also called the roof of the world. Clear? Now little bit it might be confusing. Please remember, Pamir knot is also called the roof of the world, and plateau of Tibet is also called the roof of the world. Now you have to be careful when you read question papers. If the question comes, name the plateau which is called the roof of the world, you are mentioning the Tibetan plateau. Okay? Because it's the very vast extent it has, and it is the highest compared to all other plateaus in the world. But if you are simply asked, name the roof of the world, you are mentioning Pamir knot. Clear? So one is Pamir knot. There is one more knot in Asia, and that is known as Armenian knot. Same thing, many mountain ranges meet at this point. The name of the place is Armenia. Clear? Locating this is little bit confusing. If you go through the map of Asia, on the western side of the Caspian Sea, the Caspian Sea on the map which I showed you yesterday is over here, and your Armenian knot is on the western side between Black Sea and Caspian Sea over here. This is the point where you have your Armenian knot. Clear? Now, generally you are asked the differences between these two knots, between Pamir knot and Armenian knot. Clear? One difference is the location. If you want, you can note it down. Pamir knot is situated in Central Asia. That is the first difference. Whereas Armenian knot is situated in Western Asia. Then next difference, height difference. Pamir is higher and Armenian is lower than the Pamir Knot. Okay. And the third difference, this is not there in the textbook, note this down. Write it down. The third difference, Pamir Knot is formed by 5 mountain ranges, 5 important ones, 5 mountain ranges meeting at a point. Note it down because it is not there in the book. And Armenian Knot is formed by 3 plateaus. Plateaus are also highlands, okay? 3 plateaus meeting at a point. Next term which you should know is about the plains, the river valleys. The river valleys. The river valleys are also called cradles of civilization. Cradles of civilization. Now you need to understand this because very often a question comes on this. Clear? Cradles of civilization meaning densest populations are found on the river valleys. Right from ancient times, not recently. Wherever there is river valley, what all things do we find? Flat land. With the flat land we find fertile soil. Then we have rivers flowing through the valleys. So we have water available. Okay. Usually the climate is favorable. Favorable climate. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Minimum 4 points which are in favor of the river valleys. Because of these 4 very, very important conditions, human beings tend to settle down on the river valleys. If you go to a hill station, the population is less. Clear? On the plateau, little bit more population is there, but the heaviest, densest population is found on the plains. That is why they are called cradles of civilization. And because of this, the river valleys are very, very important. All the big river valleys in Asia, the biggest in the world, are found in Asia. That is why we have such a vast population. Clear? So this is an important term which you should know. Another term is inland drainage. You may have studied it in the junior classes. Now you need to clear your concepts in case you did not understand. If we take any mass of land, we take this, assume it is a continent. Clear? Normally, all the rivers flow into the oceans and seas. This side is the water body all around. Clear? A river falls into the sea and joins. This is not normal case. In case of inland drainage, suppose this area of land, the slope is towards the central part here, and maybe there will be a depression there, a low-lying land over there. What will happen? If there are any rivers, the rivers are draining into this low-lying land. That means the rivers are not reaching the oceans and seas along the margin of the continent. What is happening? We call that inland, within the land drainage. Clear? In Asia, please remember the name. The sea is Aral Sea. This is the best example of inland drainage in Asia. Into this sea, 2 rivers flow. Again, the names are new to you. Note down the names. One is Amu Darya, and the second one is Sir Darya. 2 rivers. They do not go towards the ocean. They fall into a depression within the land, and this is Aral Sea, forming an important and a large inland drainage. This inland drainage is located in the Turan plains. Remember I told you about the Siberian and the Turan plain? The whole of the northern region is divided into two parts, plains, clear? The southern part is the Turan plain, and there we find this inland drainage. Okay? Then, one more thing before we move into the climate chapter. Write down the features of Himalayas. Himalayas are very important, so you should learn separately about them. I am focusing on certain parts of the chapter which you have to memorize. First thing about the Himalayas, learn that they are young fold mountains, very extensive in area, very extensive meaning covering a large area. Second point, I am giving you all the easy points. It consists of 3 parallel ranges. 3 parallel ranges. Note down their names. The highest one is Himadri. Second one is Himachal. And the third one is Shivalik. This is in height order arrangement. Clear? 3 ranges, one after the other like that they are. And range means chain of mountains, not a single mountain but a chain of mountains. Then we come to the third point. The world's highest peaks. The world's highest peaks are found in the Himalayas. Again the names, starting with Mount Everest. 10 highest peaks are there. I am giving you only 3 names. They are very important. Mount Everest, second one is K2 it is known as, or Mount Godwin-Austen. And the third one, Kanchenjunga. Three names, learn them in order. One important information I want to give you. The third highest peak in the world is India's first highest peak. Clear? Everest is in the border of India and Nepal, so we don't count it as ours. We share it. Mount Godwin-Austen was actually in India, but it has gone into a disputed area. We call it Pak occupied Kashmir. You must have heard of POK. So we don't count that also. So we are left with the third one. This is now numbered as the highest peak in India. But in Asia, this is the order you have to remember. Clear? So these were the few things I wanted to revise and tell you in the previous chapter. Now we come to climate of Asia.